back, everyone. Today we're discussing new film, Chi-raq, directed by Spike Lee. Briefly about Spike Lee. Lee, who is absolutely one of my favorite directors, he's known for making films that push the grain, that push the envelope, very controversial, makes people talk, gets the dialogue going. He's known for doing, like, one of his first films was called She's Gotta Have It, and it was about a woman who was a little promiscuous and very sexual, kind of going against the grain and doing her own thing. Then he did another film called Jungle Fever, which displayed a black male and a white woman in a relationship that was extremely taboo at the time. And I can go on and on about many of his films. So he's known for having that kind of ideology, that controversial image on screen and making people have the conversation. And that's exactly what he did in Chi-raq. So with the movie Chi-raq, the title within itself was controversial. The people of Chicago were extremely upset when they found out that Spike Lee named his new film Chi-raq, when he was really saying how the war and the gang violence, the gun violence that's going on in Chicago today is almost parallel, if not more, than the war in Iraq. This film stars Nick Cannon as the lead. He plays Demetrius Dupree, also known as Chi-raq, an up-and-coming rapper and gang member. Then we have Tiana Paris, plays Les Estrada, his girlfriend and co-star. Samuel Jackson, who plays Dolomedes, kind of like the narrative throughout the entire film. Wesley Snipes, who plays Cyclops, a rivaling gang member. And Jennifer Hudson, Irene, a grieving mother. So this film is a musical, and it's inspired by Aristophanes' Les Estrada, which was a classical Greek comedy play. Les Estrada is inspired to put an end to gun violence and the local gang rivalries that's been going on in her hometown after witnessing a young child being murdered in the crossfire. Her plan is to gather all the women and protest the gang war by withholding sex from their men until they come to an agreement and end the gun violence. There are a few things that I really love about this film. One being that the title itself, Chi-raq, it draws your attention that, Chicago is in a state of emergency and there are many killings and shootings each and every day with the gun violence and the gang wars. But I love how Lee took that name and he put it in the film as a character and as a personality. So it kind of gave you a tangible kind of understanding of what it meant to be Chi-raq through the character Nick Cannon portrays. Another being how I love Les Estrada and how she stood for something. It's almost like she didn't even find her confidence until she found something to fight for, and found a purpose within that. So just kind of standing her ground and saying, we as women do have a voice in our community and we have something to say and we have something to do about it. I love Sam Jackson in this film. He plays like a narrative in a play almost, and he kind of walks you along talking as if he's Chicago himself. I dubbed this movie interestingly weird. It's very artistic. It's not your average film. This is something you sit and you kind of have to digest and take what it is that he's doing. Like, Spike Lee is giving you a message more than he's giving you a film, which is huge. One way in displaying that artistry, Lee used the dialogue in the film to rhyme. It kind of rapped, it flowed, which I really appreciated. I have never seen that in a film before, where you have a character who can either be given a monologue or they're talking to someone else, but every word, it rhymes back and forth. So that was pretty cool. Because this is a new film, I can't dub it a classic just yet, so I'm not going to rate it from 1 to 5. We're going to stretch it a little bit from 1 to 10 shoes. And I'm going to give this film 6 shoes, because it is truly something that I think everyone needs to go see. I don't think it's a film for everyone to digest, but you'll certainly appreciate it as art. I think we as women have more power than we think. No peace, no peace.